Check 1 2. Have a little technical difficulties. Welcome, good people. Listen, getting started in a hot second. Give me a quick second. Switch over. There we go. There we go. Good people, what's going on? Happy Monday. Happy holidays to you and your family out there. What's going on, good people? Now, I'm going to assume this is the Irish fan who has changed his login information. Let me get him on the board. But I could be wrong. Just panned or just plun. Let me get you on the board anyway. All right. Don't forget, good people, we got a poll going on over on YouTube. And let me read the question. If the Steam machine is close to PS5 in power and priced at $449, are you picking it up? 43% of you guys was like, absolutely. 29% says maybe. Well, another 29% says no. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I am in that yes. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even if they pushed, if it's $550, I'll probably still pick it up. Because I have, my Steam library has grown because of, the wonderful sales they have. And having something that's easy access to my TV, it's just appealing to me. Irish fans said, what's going on? So the Google decided they did not like my name and made you change it. Oh, man, listen, that is terrible. Terrible, Google. Unless I better be quiet for they be like, just hit the button and shut my live down. But my friend, listen, I'm glad you're here tonight. Oh, man, sorry about last week, man. I had so much going on, man. Listen, those who do not know, I'm a teacher by trade. No, this is not just a regular teacher. I'm a special ed teacher. And so, man, I teach your emotional behavior disorder. So pretty much all your super duper bad kids, they end up giving them to me. I get them back right, and they get them back out to regular classes. But, man, when you're a special ed teacher, you have to write IEPs. And, man, I had like 5 IEPs, like back to back to back. And then I had what they call an MDR. When you have MDRs when kids, they typically do something stupid at school, and the school want to kick them out, but they just can't kick special ed kids out. They got to have a legit reason. You got to ask some questions before you can do that. And so those meetings are something that you got to deal with too. So, man, it's the nature of the beast. But I had to make it happen, and I had to make a decision to not stream. But we have so much more to talk about tonight because, I mean, besides, that and the Zelda trade. I mean, not Zelda trailer, but the Zelda movie leaks and what else? The Metroid. Oh, we got to talk about Metroid. Captain C in the building. It's a gaming day. It's been a while. Ha. How has it been kicking? What's going on, my brother? This guy right here, man. Listen, he used to come in and just kill us in some Mario Kart, but Captain C in the building, man. Let me get you on the board, sir. How is it going, Mr. Flight Attendant? Captain C. I'm doing the wrong thing. Get him on the board. Steve M in the building. Man, listen, Steve, man, I don't know what's going on. My Lions, buddy. It just, it was terrible. It seemed like the league is just rigged. It just make you not want to watch football no more. But my Detroit Pistons is balling. About to get that 12th win tonight. Get Captain C on the board. All right, Steve M. I'm just gonna put Steve in. All right, all right. Listen, let me go ahead. I'm gonna get to Steve says, if the price is right, I'll get the Steam Cube. Cause that's what it looked like. It looked like a Steam Cube. But you know what? So Steve, what would be the price is right for you? I think to me, like it, as long as it falls in between that 449, 550 range, it'll get an automatic, definitely pick up. Um, I'm just looking forward to see, like, even with that, what do they do? How do they match it up well with this next Steam Deck? Cause you know it's coming. Hey, Geeky, welcome, welcome, welcome. Check. Let me get you on the board, Geeky. Twice as nice. This is the first Christmas in a long time, probably in about well over 20 years. I have not bought any Christmas gifts left yet, and I'm going to buy some. We have already told our kids, like, hey man, Christmas is gonna be a little different this year. Don't be expecting Christmas to look like it did last year. But let me scroll up to the top of the screen so I can get everybody coming in. I'm gonna read Steve's comments first. He says 550 is the max unless it comes with a game like Half-Life 3. God. Boy, oh boy, Steve, why did you do it like that? Yeah. I mean, a pack-in game would be dope. Um, I wonder if they're gonna make you buy the system and the controller separately, or will the controller come packed in with it? I don't know. I don't know if that information has been revealed yet. Please let me know if you guys know something that I don't know. But we're gonna go over quite a few stuff tonight. Let me go ahead and scroll to the top. Quay 311 was first in the chat. He says, "Is this the poll?" He said, "Is is the poll question a prediction for the game, the Gabe Cube? If the specs are sub base PS5 and they're aiming for a competitive pricing model, I would say 449 would be great. 599 will not sell. A 2 terabyte at 599 is, you know what? Listen, I'm picking that one up. Because right now, I should have said for the 512 model. 512 at 449 is like legit. But I would tell you, let's say without a doubt, 2 terabyte. Give it to me. Give it to me. 2 terabyte. 2 terabyte, $600. Yep. Even without a pack-in game. But boy, if we got a pack-in game, buddy. The next prediction is, like, how long do Valve let this bad boy sit before they, release it to the public? I hope this is like early, like first 3 months early, 2026. That would definitely be like super duper good. I would definitely be all about that. Dub City says, good morning. What's up going on, sir? Gaming Dad says, Breaking Bad 881 says, hello, Gaming Dad. Hello to you too, sir. Dion Freeman in the building said, what's good, Gaming Dad? And the chat. Oh, you know what? I did not put This Week in Gaming 262 on there. Don't worry, man. I will get that fixed at the end of the stream, my brother. But thank you for looking out for me. Appreciate you. Suicide Saved by Grace with the second entry. Once again, listen, you can do just like he did. Notice here, he got his YouTube on there, and then he went on to his Twitch. We are gaming live at Gaming Dad 1906 on Twitch. If you got a Twitch account, you can hop over there and say, what's up to Gaming Dad over there, and it will pop up here on the stream, and I will get your second entry into the pot. We're giving out a $10 eShop card tonight. It says, get on the wheel twice, Geeky and GT. Tormentor 20 says, hello, Gaming Dad. Jack Black, it's been a minute, man. Happy Monday to you, too. The Irish Fan 71 is in the building. He says, yes, I'll be getting the Steam machine, and no Xbox is done. He said they're done with hardware. They are a third-party gaming software company only. With the Steam machine, they cannot compete. Oh man, 'cause to me, like said the only reason to get an Xbox, if you just a diehard Xbox fan and you are really really liking Game Pass, and I am canceling Game Pass. I was supposed to cancel it last week, and then they got me. I said, oh. So I gotta get it done this week, probably after this stream. Let's go ahead and just cancel that thing, and to say, you know what, Xbox is it's been real, but I gotta move on. Captain C. I talked about Captain C. Okay, all right, there we go. All caught up. Caught up. So besides that, man, listen. Just a quick little things. I am coaching basketball at a new school this year. Those that know me, I coached middle school basketball last year. Oh, Geeky got up on here. She was like, I gotta get my second entry. Oh, that'd be Geeky's third. I'm going to put the Geeky somewhere in the middle. We'll put Geeky Twitch. All right, Geeky, I got you on the board. But I'm coaching another basketball team, so I'm coaching girls. This is my first time coaching girls, and so I have to remind myself I can't be as harsh with them as I am with boys. But it has been a fun experience so far. I am 1-1. I lost my first game by 4, even though we should have won. We lost. If you get fouled or you get 3 shots, you got to make them 3 free throws. You just got to. So we end up losing that game. And no one, the girls don't like losing. I think they take it losing harder than I think boys do. But when we won, it was great. We won at the buzzer. The first game I've ever coached where it came down to at these last 9 seconds, you ladies got to run this play, and they all. I coach just JV, so they all ninth graders. Crazy. Crazy. But they ran the play. I was so proud. And even if we would have missed and went to overtime, it was fine. But they ran the play and she banked it off the glass, man. Oh my god, it was so great. But besides that, man, that's really about it. That's all thing, only thing been really going on with me. CMG in the building. What's going on, sir, man? Let me get CMG on the board. CMG2. All right, all right, all right. So what I gave me there was a chat. But you know what? Listen, we got a lot to talk about, so I'm not going to too much chit chat about myself. Let's go ahead and get into some of these gaming news. If I can get myself all pulled up and make sure, sometimes. All right, everything looks about no. Let me wait. You trying to I'm trying to start stuff up, but then hold on. Let me wait for a second, good people. I think this looked right. All right. All right, we're gonna start it off. Let's see if I'm every time. Okay, good. We're good. Let me go ahead and get started. He says, yeah, man, back coaching, man. Listen, matter of fact, as soon as I transferred to the new school, man, once they found out who I was, they approached me like, not even day one. They was like, hey, man, listen, we heard what you did over at Rockmart. Um, we need a coach for JV. He said, what do you think? I said, listen, I just want to coach, man. 'Cause I like the thrill of it. And yep, got right in when I fit in. And I just gotta be mindful that I don't overstep my boundaries because I can only do coaching one way. I can't dumb it down. I can't soften it up. I can only warn them like, hey, this is what you're gonna get. Don't mean if I holler at you, don't mean I don't like you or I just coach hard. So far, man, they're really really buy into it. All right, let's switch over here and get on the wheel. All right. Hope it's all set up. Yeah. Ready to go. All right. Let me move some things around. All right. Let's see. So everything that we know about Valve Steam Machine. I just listen. I'm not show this picture first before we kind of dig into some of the stuff here. Is that I like the form factor of it. I don't know about that controller. You know, the controller is still, I don't know yet. But I'm more interested now to see how this next Steam Deck is going to come out and unfold itself. So yes, it's been raining like 4 days. I can tell you right now, Georgia needs some of that rain. Or Georgia is every lake I be looking at them bad boys is starting to dry up. 4 days of rain would do Georgia really, really good right now. But I don't know. Listen, I don't know about the VR yet. I don't know. I'm not excited about the VR on this system here, but that Steam Machine though. Hey, hey, hey. This might get it. The Steam Machine, as Valve is calling it, is a small form factor pre-built PC running Steam OS built on the open source Linux rather than Windows or Mac OS, and will be available to buy in early 2026. Valve did show off quite a bit of info about the Steam Machine, but it left some important details out. The release date, of course, and how much it costs. Quag says, let me go ahead and get his comment on board. He says, we had a break from the rain today. We'll get more tomorrow and Wednesday. Vega needs it. Dang, I wish we could get a break from rain. I just need listen. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I just wanted to snow down here in Georgia. Give me them snow days. Be great because it don't take a lot of snow. It just take just a little bit. Just some flurries, boy. They'll shut it down around here. All the milk and bread be ate up. I need a snow day in my life. I ain't gonna front. Like, give it to me. From fires to mudslides. Okay, now see that right there, man. I would not look forward to. Them two is like I have no experience in floods and fires. Tornadoes, okay. Listen, yeah, we get some down here. All right. Okay, so it'll also launch in Australia day and date with the rest of the world. I wonder how much that thing gonna cost in Australia. So we won't be waiting an additional 2 years like we did with the deck. Alongside a revamped Steam controller and its latest VR offering, the Steam Frame, both seen above. Like many of my fellow nerds in the building, the Valve brings to hardware specs, and I am hoping that the Steam Machine will bridge the gap between PC and console in the same way the Steam Deck did with PC and handhelds. Woo! Okay, look, I can barely see these specs, but we're gonna try. Um, I think the only thing that kind of bothered me, and it probably bothered a lot of other YouTubers, was the 8 gigabytes of RAM, and I am hoping that this can be upgraded. That's the one thing I'm kind of waiting to hear. Like, how upgradable can this be, and if it can be upgraded, you know what, that process and how easy of a process that's going to be. Because for sure, I would definitely want to upgrade it immediately. And to me, if it's upgraded and it's easy to upgrade it, you know what, then the 512 gigabyte model doesn't look that bad. Really looks more inviting if the price is right. So definitely, listen, I know like most of us, when I seen it was like, oh man, this is very, very intriguing because of the fact that, you know what, it really gives Val that Switch like experience. Why do I like Steam? Or, I mean, why do I like the Switch? The Switch is because the ability to put it from TV to handheld is so seamless and so easy that it's attractive. Now, I think the Steam Deck would have a slight step up from the Switch because I don't have to physically dock it. I mean, I could leave that I could leave that thing upstairs in my room and come downstairs and just continue, which is super dope. You know, and I think that's an experience that I have not experienced yet, and I'm looking forward to it for sure. CMG says we got that snow up here in New York. Yeah, I listen. I'll take it. I will take the snow. And matter of fact, look, we haven't had snow in some years. I just need to I'm from Michigan. I just need just a little bit. Give me a couple of days off. Just do it during school time. Don't do it on my breaks. So CMG, are you picking up one? To me, this seemed like this is an easy decision for me, without a doubt. This is like, okay, this is go ahead and get it ready. Let me know when I can order it. I hope they do pre-orders really early. That's what I'm hoping. I hope they're doing pre-orders real early. I remember when I tried to get the Steam Deck when it first came, I didn't have a Steam account. I didn't have it long enough, and I had to wait, and I was so pissed. Oh, I was so pissed. I was there, ready to order, had my Steam account set up, ready to go, and they was like, "Dog, you haven't had Steam that long. You have to wait." I said, "Oh," I was so mad. I was ready to punch it. And so I had to pay. I ended up paying like an extra $50, and I bought it from a scalper. I get it because I wanted it bad. So there it is. So everything else is pretty standard. HDMI, gigabit, Ethernet port, SD card reader. It's gonna be interesting to see other YouTubers test games running off an SD card, even if it's possible. And I like the fact that, you know what, once again, just give me another option to be able to pick and choose where I want to play my games at. Hey PC, how you doing, girl? I'm gonna get you on the chat in a hot second. CMG says I don't know. I may have to see more of it. Also the price. I'll say so CMG, what would be a good price for you to pick up at? Like what is your price? Steve M was on here. He was like 550. I think 550 is a legit pretty good price. Um I'm for sure that I would pick it up for 550 for sure. Even if it didn't come with anything extra, but man, they can throw something extra in that bad boy. Yeah, I think it's appealing. If you're telling me right now that it's 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck, that means it'll probably run everything currently for sure right now. And right now, I don't think that I don't see the next PlayStation really pushing the market in a fashion where we just absolutely just need like more powerful hardware. But if you give me this here and then you give me a Steam Deck that's maybe, you know, just as powerful or maybe like, saying 3 to 4 times more powerful than the current Steam Deck, then we got something happening here. And then the question would be like, how soon do we hear about another Steam Deck? Do we see Steam Deck in 2026 or that bad boy 2027? Do the current Steam Deck get enough life to be pushed along that way? And if they can make that happen, I think, at the end of the day, I think Valve wins. Because I really don't think Valve really cares about, how many systems they're going to sell. It's just, it's another option to run and buy Steam games. And so it keeps them relevant. And I think with enough popularity, I think for sure this system here has the potential to sell a whole lot more than I think the Steam Deck. That's a great poll question. And what do you guys think? Does this system have enough that it will be more popular than the Steam Deck? I think it could be something special. All right, so let's get off of this here, and here's another story here. It says new leak claims Steam machine price will be lower than expected. A new report claims that the Steam machine price might actually be more affordable than some initially expected. According to an expert, I don't know who that expert is, Valve's new console might be cheaper than a PS5 Pro or an Xbox Series X. So if you are doing a double take with that headline, we don't blame you. After all, last week we reported that the Steam machine was rumored to be expensive and priced as a PC instead of a console. However, hardware experts Moore's Law is Dead recently broke down the price of the Steam machine and believes that the Valve's new device could actually be substantially cheaper than most expected. In the most recent YouTube video, the tech insider explained the estimate cost of the Steam machine parts are around $425. Okay. If Valve wants to get similar margins to what they were getting with the Steam Deck, I think they can charge $599 easily. If they wanted to be really aggressive and twist the knife into Microsoft's before the next gen game Xbox, they could easily charge $449. Okay, let's stop for a hot second. $449 would put the dagger in Xbox and get that little puppy on pushed off to the side. That would be an outstanding price. Even at 512, man, that kind of price, some people would figure out a way to buy two of those jokers. I mean, think about it like this: it could end up being like the ultimate like video machine. I mean, just imagine, like, I know, like, emulators, like my good friend Gorilla Tactic is probably licking his chops. But low key, this probably thing is going to be about $1,000 anyway for him because he over there in Canada. Oh, say CMG said, I'm happy with what I have now. Listen, I ain't mad at you, my brother. But I ain't gonna lie, that thing is tight. That thing is enticing. So I got things to consider. Like it's about time I get another. I'm gonna get another Mac regardless. All my heavy lifting stuff will be on a Mac. But from a gaming perspective, this is enticing. And I would get this here, and I would buy me a half decent like wireless keyboard. I don't need a keyboard with a mouse pad on there. And man, this thing will be like, if I had to like game on my TV, or like I really just wanted to take care of some couple of work or some emails and stuff, I could take care of that no problem. So I'm definitely on board. Okay, but 449, man. Let's go back to that price. Yeah, that right there would flip the gaming industry on its head. I think if Valve was smart, and I believe they are a smart company, this is the way to go. Bazit just popped on. What's going on, sir? Bazit says, It has to be cheaper than a Switch 2 or it's a no-go for me. I don't know if it gets cheaper than it. Okay, let me ask you a question. What if it was like on par? What was like the same price? What was $449, $500? $449 and $500. They gave you Half Life 3. Like Steve said earlier, that's pretty good. All right, let me back out of here. I got some people to put on the board real quick. I think it's Phantom Katrina. That's one, and my good buddy Bazit 24/7. YT and Bazit 2. Got you both on the board, sir. Thank you for coming in tonight. You too, Phantom Katrina. We're down to whip the 21 people on the board tonight. Free eShop card. Got it right here. All right. Make sure I miss nobody's comments. Yep. So I think another thing that Val could do to make this really, 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 really interesting. If they can figure out some ways where this thing can be upgraded. If they figure that out, where they know this thing can be upgraded, listen, they're gonna have them a home run. And at 449, listen, it really, really shifts the industry. I mean, I don't think home consoles is going away by no stretch of imagination, but it will be a whole lot. It will be attractive. And let this thing be able to run GTA 6 with ease. Oh, buddy, let GTA 6 run on there flawlessly. It is on like Donkey Kong. Because to me, GTA 6 is what's gonna hold PlayStation 5 around for some years to come. Bazza says, no, for me, Steam Deck is its own competition, has to be cheaper with no screen. But it's 6 times more powerful than Steam Deck. You gotta look at it from that perspective. If it's 6 times more powerful Steam Deck, you paid out. I think the premium is worth it. All right, good people. Listen, quick little break, real quick. Thank you, Supersonic Say by Gracie Count. You always drops the word of the day. I gotta stop what I'm doing, man, and give God his praises. And this to share his scripture tonight comes out of the book of Psalms 119, verse 105. It says, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light to my path. Man, listen, I was just talking to kids in my classroom today about and the I teach social skills in my classroom. So the social skills question of the day was, what kind of man are you? And I challenge them from a standpoint is like, saying, how do you represent yourself on a daily basis? Do you get up? Do you make your bed? If somebody was coming to your house right now, what would they say about you? And so we end up taking that conversation and turning it into a point where, like, you know what? If you're not seeking God's kingdom first, how can you keep yourself organized? How can you keep yourself focused on the things that need to be happening if God is not the center of your decision making? And so, I'm blessed that I'm not afraid to share the word of God even within my classroom, and I'm so grateful that God put me in a place where I can do that and not have to deal with the ridicule and have kids, even kids who don't believe, you know, uh, willingness to listen to the guidance that I have for them. And so, I say this to everyone here. You know what? Listen, no matter what you got going on, no matter what you're trying to do with your life, if you really want to move forward and move forward in a positive way, you know what? God has to be the light of your. He has to be the lamp to your feet. You gotta move to His groove, not He move to your groove. This is how I go. Submit yourself and surrender to Him, and watch what He do for you in your life, man. So that's my prayer for you guys. This right now is that you surrender yourself to Him and allow Him to guide your steps, and watch how easy life becomes for you. Even when it seems like it's so tragic and government shutdowns and things of that nature, He's in control. Not you, not the government. God is in control. So keep your mind focused on God first. All right, Tariq, what's going on, sir? So you just popped up in the chat. What's going on with you, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me back off while I got a quick second to get Tariq on the board. Good people, if you don't see your name on the board, man, just say, hey, gave me that, my name ain't on the board, so I can make sure you're on there, because I will give you an opportunity to get your wins on tonight. And since my channel chaplain has come through, if I win tonight, I'm giving mine over to Supersonic Saved by Grace. My brother has been faithful and diligent to the channel and has been making sure that the word gets spread. So I can't do nothing but want him to win tonight. So if Gaming Dad wins, it's going over to Supersonic Saved by Grace. All right, good people, let's get back to the getting back. It says Moore's Law did also address the infamous quote Val gave some tech reviewers about the Steam Deck being priced as an entry-level PC. You see, if you go around and Google, you will find pre-built PCs that start at $500 to $800. Most of the time, these sites say entry-level PC at $500 or more. So I actually think Valve is going to be targeting something that is probably going to be $449 to $600, which was, to me, that's dope. I'm with that. Bazza says, one thing I find interesting in the Valve VR headset, putting SD card slots so you can expand memory will make people want it more. I agree, man. I think Valve did the Apple approach, you know, and their thought process is like the Apple approach. You know what? All the other companies, they come up with all these different things. You know, of course, Samsung got the Flip and things of that nature. And so, you know, they just sitting back and just kind of just watching the quirks, what to do right, what to do wrong, and then they come up with their own particular version of certain things. And so, I think Valve is doing it really, really smart, man. I'm just really, really kind of to sit back here and watch how things kind of unfold. So I'm very glad, because competition is good, man. Matter of fact, if anything to anybody right now, it proves that Valve being in the market gives another option of like what competition breeds. It breeds creativity. Like, you know, you can't tell me that looking at this little box right here, it's not attractive. And the things is it offers compared to, you know, regular standard PCs, it's like, okay, this is really, really dope. And you really don't know to really even call it a console, to be honest. Like, you know, how do you look at this? Is this still, like, who is it battling with? Is it battling with PS5 and Xbox, or is it battling with PC? It's just like kind of like that middle, almost like its own little lane. So it gives me that same kind of Nintendo Switch vibe. It was like, you know, it's in that lane of its own, and I'm here for it. I'm telling you, I'm here for it. Let's see. Suicide Samurai Gray says, I don't have any games on my radar to get from Nintendo. However, with their sale, I am interested in getting $30 or $40 Kirby Return to Dreamland. You know what? That's a good question. I think we're trying to look back in answers and see what other, see if I can find an article that deals with Nintendo's sales coming up for Black Friday, and see where we're at. You know what? I think, you know, right now, like games wise, man, because there's so many. I mean, yeah, I'm waiting on the review before I pick up Kirby. I gotta wait on the reviews on it. I gotta see somebody else dig into it. Um, you know, you get so much stuff coming out the first week of December. The physical version of Hades 2 is getting ready to come out, so I'm gonna pick that one up. I think the physical version of Mortal Kombat is getting ready to drop too. I think either this month or next month. You know, so it's so much stuff, and I'm so glad that I held tough and did not buy Mortal Kombat 2. Oh man, what happened to my little screen? All right, there we go. So I'm so happy that happened. So, because I really want the physical version, because I just, you know, I like the physical versions. But then also you got a Red Dead 2 remake And I'm so glad I don't have to pay for it because I own the original, so I can just upgrade for free. So we'll talk about that a little bit later too. CMG says, I'm more I'm about I'm more about I think I'm about getting more games. That is my force now, but I don't hope this new Steam machine is successful. So I do hope this the machine is successful, but I will see what happens. Okay, I got you, CMG. So yeah, you know what? Listen, I wanted to succeed because competition is good. We all have seen like when you don't have competition, you can always look at Madden. We're gonna start to see what what PlayStation really does next is going to dictate. You know what? Are they just gonna lay a turd and say, hey, I'm the only T in town with a powerful system, or they not? It's gonna be interesting to see how long Nintendo waits before they, saying upgrade or come out with some form of light to shift the market. Why does they keep doing that? Hold on a second. Let me see if I got. It might be this cord here. All right. Hope that worked. Maybe I was pulling on something I wasn't supposed to. Let me switch over to this screen right here. All right, Supersonics, Saved by Grace says, I don't have a Switch 2. Not getting and not much to get. I'm pretty picky what I play/watch. I wish I had that kind of drive, and I just don't. I don't, man. I don't. I don't. But I think the only thing I'm really excited for is probably Metroid for sure. Just don't know if I want to play it right away or that game is going to be like the game that I play like on Christmas, something like that. There's only one on Switch 2 I'll play is Kirby Forgotten Land DLC. It's already beat normal mode. Do you own the DLC? Or is the DLC? That's why the DLC I think is only for Switch 2. Sorry, buddy. All right, let's get back to this. So I think Val got a winner, man. I I'm not gonna read no more of the story here, but you know what? I think um I mean I look at it from a standpoint like, man, you know what? I can probably if there's a version of the program that I use to run this, if I can use that, if it's a Linux version of this here and I can use on that, man, that I can stream from another room. I mean, I see a lot of benefits from this device. That even from a gaming, even from a non-gaming perspective, it offers you like so much more. So I got some research to do because I think this would be like super duper dope. It says not into shooters and horror. So many on Twitch that play shooters. It's like to me, it's like I don't know, like currently, like what I'm like Resident Evil. I'm gonna pick that up. I'm gonna pick up probably Final Fantasy. Um, it is so much, but it's not a lot of unique stuff to pick up right now. And I think if I have to look at one complaint right now, looking with Nintendo, and there's nothing really gearing or shifting the market. Nintendo still needs that. Oh man, this is it. Like this is the reason why you should buy a Switch 2. They don't have that game yet. even with Donkey Kong is exciting, and I'm telling you, and it's appealing to a lot of kids. A lot of kids are digging the Donkey Kong. If you don't believe me, like go into a Best Buy and watch kids just kind of they salivate and just they want to get one. Um, but Nintendo just still don't have that game that oh man, that's gotta have. Captain C says, sorry, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here. But the Steam Machine is giving analog/analog pockets. It's great. We're getting it when we want it, but that's it. Ooh-wee. You know what? Oh man, analog pocket, buddy. I feel you on that. I think the Steam Machine is a little bit different though, because the Steam Machine, because you could play current stuff, and I like the fact that it's connected to the TV. It gives me really Nintendo Switch vibes because of that ability to say, you know what, let me switch it up. All right, so real quick, listen, let's look at the poll question real quick before I continue. Um, if the Steam Machine is close to PS5 in power and price at $449, are you picking one up? 33% says yes. 40% says maybe. So it's the wheels is turning. 27% says no, no way, Jose. So good. I mean, 73% of us is like, well, I'll look into it for sure. All right, let's see. Supersonic Saved by Grace says, I don't like COD, Marvel Rivals, Destiny, Fortnite. Become stale seeing it so much. Yeah, you know what? Listen, you do have a point, man. The market is really flooded with a lot of those different games, and I don't like to watch them as much as either. I'll play them every now and then, but you know what? But I like Metroid, and Metroid gives me a story, and is the puzzle solving. It's not all about first person shooters. A little bit deeper than most of those games, so I'm definitely in favor of that. Steve M says, Lightbother says, Steam still can't play some games due to anti cheat not supporting it. Newest Madden, FIFA, not being on Steam Machine will mean some people won't want it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm glad that those games are on my Switch. I mean, cause listen, when I look at Steam, and that ecosystem, it just gives me another option. Like, of course, Nintendo games is Nintendo games, but sometimes I might look at a game. Let's say, for instance, like I don't know, you take like a Hades or something like that. Just having that option. I mean, I like that. It's certain games that I can't get on my Switch that I can play on PC that I dig. I also like about Steam is that you get a lot of demos. You get the early access, all that stuff you can't do on other systems. And so I have that ability on Steam. So it just gives me another option. And then on top of that, if I really want to use it for, as a PC or as, a device where I can get some work done, I have that option as well too. So I don't think you can downplay those things. Captain C says, not saying it will flop, but like Disney affiliate movies, Fox, Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, it's kind of just came and then we just moved on. I listen, I'm not expecting, and I don't think Valve is expecting the Steam Machine to sell gangbusters. I believe it probably will sell around 2 to 3 million, which is to me more than the Steam Deck. Um, is if they sell that many, they're winning. That's a great. That's for Val. That's great. That is like, you know what? They're gonna make their money back. Steve says, "What do you think of the Game Awards nomination?" Oh, we're gonna get to that. They got announced today. I think Trails in the Sky got snubbed. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna get into that too. That's another article that I pulled to the side. Bazza 24/7 says Art Raiders Game of the Year for me. I don't need another shooter. I don't either. I don't either. I agree. Man, I worked out today, boy. My shoulders is killing me. Captain C says it's giving what we want, but I want to give us what we didn't think we need. See, you know what, Captain C? That's how I feel about the Switch 2 right now. I'm looking forward to that one game that is not what I was expecting, but everything that we needed. You know what? That I'm looking forward to that game that gives me that Mario 64 slash Breath of the Wild type experience when I'm just like, man, I'm just engulfed and I don't really want to play anything else because I'm so engulfed in what is in front of me. You know what? That's what I'm waiting on. And you know what? I think we don't take for granted that I think we all do take for granted that we are in an era where we have so many games. You know, shout out to a lot of our old school gamers that's been gaming, you know, since the Intellivision, since ColecoVision, since Atari 26 and 7800. Those gamers, and we grew up with so much, and so we wasn't getting games like that. You know, a game was an event. Like, you know, a new game was coming out. That thing was an event because it wasn't nothing else. So you know, it just amplified it just that much more. You know, I can't tell you. Probably people on here has played the original Super Mario Brothers probably 1,000 times. It's probably beaten that game 1,000 times easy. How many different systems you have bought the original game, the original Super Mario Brothers on? So you know you wasn't getting games like that, and not at this fast of a clip. I mean, think about it. In December, listen. We wasn't getting games in December, but we getting a ton that first week of December. So and then we didn't have that many systems. Like it's so many systems on top of PC. You know, so what do you do? Super Saiyan Saber, I guess he says Zelda, Splatoon, Story, Racing Mech, Deltarune, games with unique concepts like Hi-Fi Rush, Zelda Echo. Still, though, I watch a playthrough or the story, then just move on most of the time. You know what? That's the difference. I think Supersonic. This is the difference between y'all generation and mine. It's like, you know what? Like I'm not watching nobody play. It's like if I'm gonna get a game, that game will be on the shelf forever before I sit back and watch somebody else play. Now I watch my kids play, but to get on and watch somebody else play through it, no, no, because I might want that experience myself. There's a difference, you know, of going through a game by yourself and compared to watching it. And I just think that's just me. You know, I won't do it. I won't do it. Oh man, Captain C says yes. Switch 2 hasn't really given that yet, but focusing back on the Steam machine, aside from the specs, they haven't given a marketable reason to why we need this. You know what? I don't think they have as well. They have not given you a clear reason, but I think what's appealing to it is um for people who are not PC owners. I think this is appealing. And the aspect of it is like, hey, you know what? I mean, I have a Steam Deck, but I really don't want to dig into PC like that. And it gives them just another option to say, hey, I can get kind of that experience and not have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, having an easy setup, having it stationary. If I want to play with it, good. If I want to turn the computer, fine. It and the possibility of all of that being packaged into a $400 to $500 box is appealing. That I think the price alone, and I think they have time to say, hey, this is why you need one. So I think like anything, it had to be introduced, show the world, see the reaction. The reaction been positive, and then I think over time they will definitely, you know what, maybe explain why. Because you know what, think about it, they didn't really advertise the Steam Deck, and you know what, and that thing, I think in Valve's eye, the Steam Deck was a hit. I mean, I think it was it was a piece of hardware that I am definitely happy with, even though it was big and bulky, and I didn't want to take it out in public. But I was still very, very happy with what was presented to me. So, but great statement though. I appreciate you that. CMG said, now I need to check it out for sure. Jay Biggs in the building. He says, well, hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, sir? Let me get you on the board before I forget. Jay Biggs, Mr. New York for life. Got you, sir. Bassett always gives me the flux because he's right. I can't even argue with him. So Game Me Dad will buy Resident Evil Requiem and it will stay on the shelf like Resident Evil Village. Yeah, listen, and I bought the 3-pack for $90. I bought the 3-pack for $90 from Best Buy, and that bad boy will be here day one. I'm gonna try to play it though, Bassett. I'm gonna try. You know what? Listen, the good thing about it, like, you know what? I think over because next week is Thanksgiving break, and I'm gonna try my best not to work no other job. I'm just gonna try to just stay at the crib and then play some games and do some other things. But I guess some games I want to play and finish, so that's gonna be like my cup of tea. I'm gonna try to get in one of these games. I have not played or finished. I got a ton of them up here too. We'll see. Captain C says, compared to how Sony and Nintendo showcase their consoles in their website, they're trying to appeal to a broader audience. The Steam Deck is too niche. And said okay in a very okay. Well, yeah, but I think that's what makes it unique. And I think this is the reason why I kind of like Valve's approach. I don't think Valve was trying to like make a killing off this machine. They're trying to give people more options to be involved with their ecosystem, which I think is the right move. And I believe they're playing the long game because it gives you these options. So now think about it like this here, right? There's enough people that if they drop the new Steam Deck 2 are definitely going to be interested in picking it up. So you do the same thing with a PC that's good enough price, that's upgradable, um, and they can get saying 4 or 5 years out of it, which is great. I think that's why the Steam Deck is so good. Like they probably when it's all said and done, I forgot what year the Steam Deck came out, but they'll probably get six. They might get 6 years out of that system, which is great. You know what? Valve, they make their money off of people putting games on Steam, and so I'm not. And I think Valve is not trying to do the Nintendo thing. And I think they got their own lane. They're doing their own thing their way, and for the most part, it's one of the reasons why we like Nintendo because they do their thing their own way. I think Nintendo is looking at they have a broader market to advertise to, and you know, Steam is like, listen, hey, if you're a PC guy, you gonna play our stuff. If you not, you not. Get an Xbox. All right, it says so it said watching game does not save time, but it does save money. Listen, I cannot deny that. You are speaking facts. You are speaking facts. You can't like in this era, man. You can't play everything. There's certain games I just like, man. I have so many games I could play, and you know what? And I probably would never. I would probably pass some of these games down to my kids, my grandkids. But it is what it is. All right, let's get back to the getting back. Good conversation. Good conversation. Let me see if I can Switch over to my next story. All right, let me go ahead and switch. If I can find it. Oh, there we go. All right, the Game Award 2025 nominations to be revealed. Oh, I got the wrong story. This is the wrong story. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see, Gaming Awards. All right, here we go. Game Award 2025 nomination led by Claire Obscure Expedition 33 with a record 12 nods. Golly. They don't got a list? Okay, Game of the Year. Let me see if I can make this bigger. I don't think I can. All right, we just leave it at that. Game of the Year. Oh man, only 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought they would have more. Hollow Knight, Hades 2, Donkey Kong, Death Stranding 2, Clear. I think Clear is probably gonna take it. But man, Hollow Knight is fun. Hollow Knight is fun, buddy. Hollow Knight is fun. If you don't like those type of games, don't play it. But it's hard, but it's fun. Best score in musical. Hollow Knight. Listen, it's a great game, man. Hades 2, Ghost of Yeti, Claire Skirk. Dang. Audio design, Battlefield 6, Claire again, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yote, Silent Hill, Best Performance. Listen, Claire, Ghost of Yote, Claire, Indiana Jones. Best Family. Okay, Donkey Kong is probably going to win this one. I think Donkey Kong's going to win it over even Mario Kart. You know what, man? You don't hear too many people talk about Mario Kart anymore. I'm just saying. Best Adaptation. Minecraft. Devil May Cry, man, on Netflix is pretty good. Listen, if you have not watched it, man, I definitely was like, okay, that's pretty good. But you know what? On this list here, that is real good is Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell Death Watch, man, is super good. If you have not watched it, man, I highly recommend Devil May Cry and Splinter Cell. I didn't watch Until Dawn, and I didn't watch the second season of The Last of Us. Season 1 was super good, but I didn't watch. Season 2. My wife did. She liked it. So let's see. J Big says Steam Machine is cool, but not for me. It's a pass. Captain C said Supersonic. You mean you do this too? So will Hollow Knight ever come out physical? I believe so. I believe they will come out with a physical version of Hollow Knight for sure. Cause they made good money. They had to make good money on the first one. Cliff Skirt needs to come out. Hey, yeah, you know what? I think this is probably a 2026 game. You know, they're gonna get some more money for this game because it's probably gonna win Game of the Year. It's gonna be hyped, and then probably around E3 time, like in June, you'll get some form of announcement or that it's coming to Switch 2 next year. Yeah, so yeah, them games is coming. All right, I don't care nothing about the content creator of the year. I guess that's it. Yep, that's it. But yeah, let's look at that. Let's want to look at that. Where is it? Okay, yeah, the game of the year. Um, if I had to listen, I've never played Clear's Obscured Expedition 33. I need to, but um, from what people say, and I was already intrigued by the story and how the concept of the game works. So I can only imagine if I took some time and played it, but it would probably be dope. Death Stranding 2. I just never was a Death Stranding fan. But Hades 2, listen, three of those 5 games I was like, I can definitely recommend. Like I don't like I said before, I don't watch games probably like how some of you guys do, but I watched enough of the reviews of Hades 2 to be like, okay, I can't wait to play that, but I ordered it physically, so I think I'll wait. All right. Let me get back to my some quick stories coming in real quick. U.S. Circana says that Pokemon Legends ZA best-selling game of the year so far. God Almighty, not right now, but of the year. It don't give me a whole lot of information. It says U.S. sales tracking firm Circana Matt Piscatella says that the recently released Pokemon ZA is the best-selling video game of 2025 so far in the United States. Pokemon Legends ZA was released on both Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. Of course, because it was released on both systems. So that means it would probably sold more than Mario Kart. We're gonna look at them next sales of Pokemon, and them things it's gonna be like 25 million off the muscle. Oh man. J Big says, for the game of the year, I say Bonanza. Ooh wee. If Bonanza would get it, it would shock. That would be a shocker to me. You know, enough people talk about that other game so much. Okay, let's see. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment sells 73,000. Switch 2 best selling hardware. Let's see what we got. All right. The latest Japanese video game sales and hardware charts have come through, and there's a new #1 this week in the form of Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It says the latest game of the Warrior franchise shifted 73,183 physical copies. The best-selling video game hardware was the Nintendo Switch 2, which sold 90,000 units. This is all Japan. This is all Japan. It's a content creator of the year, Nintendo. Ah, man, it's funny. All right, so let's look at these charts. This is all in Japan, so you got Switch 2 just dominates over there. One PS5 game in the top 10. That's Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake with 10,000. So Hyrule Warriors with 70,000. You got Pokemon Legends ZA with 54,000. Mario Kart World 54,000. Donkey Kong with another 8,000. You think Donkey Kong would have did a little bit better over there? I tell you, man, Nintendo body, they can make this print money. They just hand over fist. Says, can you play Hyrule Warriors on co-op split screen? Can't see any footage online. That's a good question. I just picked up my copy today, so let's see. I don't know. It don't say, but I'm going to assume you can because it says 1 to 2 players. Yeah, I'm going to assume so because they have the icon on the back of it, which says 1 to 2 pairs in desktop. Jay Big says, I never did, but yes, you can. Yep. But you're right. I have not seen any footage. I want to assume it probably runs pretty good. I might have to put that to the test. All right, let's check over to the poll question of the night. It says, if the Steam Machine is close to PS5 in power and priced at $449, are you picking one up? 31% says yes. 31% says no. 38% says maybe. So 69% is dropping. Okay, so the frame rate goes down to 30 frames per second in split screen. Okay, which is still feasible and understandable. So Jay Biggs, what is your thoughts on the Zelda Age of Imprisonment? And while you putting that in the chat, let's see. Let's look at the hardware over in Japan. And we know Switch 2 is going to sell. It's always going to sell big and large for a nice little while now. 2.6, almost 2.7 million. But man, look at Switch OLED. It's at 13,000. Now this at 13,000. Now look at PS5, PS5 Pro, and PS5 Digital. Don't even come close to the Switch OLED, which is still selling like hotcakes. Crazy, man. That is, listen, this looking at that right, that is just a crazy experience. The old system is still selling like that's 20,000 switches. 23,000. They sold 23,000 switches last week. That's crazy. Crazy, man. Shout out to Nintendo, buddy. You know what? I'm glad that it's successful, but you know what? The only thing that I hate about Nintendo being successful is Nintendo is crack. K, was it your Lions suck? they did. They laid it a big turd last night. K1. What's going on, sir, man? Welcome back to the channel, man. Yeah, my Lions is sucking right now, but they'll still make the playoffs. I'm not even concerned about that. But you know what? I believe the NFL got a script. But my Pistons though, can't say nothing about them Detroit Pistons though. I think they got they got the W tonight. Hold on, let me double check. I was keeping up with it. Oh yeah, listen, they won quite convincingly, even without Cade. 12-2, baby. I'm not worried about the Bears. Nope. Not worried about the Bears. We put a 50 piece on the Bears. The Bears have been barely winning. I'm not worried about the Bears at all. Matter of fact, we played the Bears again in Detroit last game. I think it's in Detroit. Yeah, last game of the season. I think we played the first game in Chicago. I think. Don't get me lying. Might be wrong. So I love all the tag team attacks. Give me your rating out of 10, J Biggs. Because I have to admit, like, Age of Calamity on the Switch 2 plays really, really well. Plays much better than it did on the Switch 1. All right, let me get off this story here. On to the next one. Red Dead Redemption 2 is getting a free Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade early December. Rockstar Games has announced that the Nintendo Switch version of the Red Dead Redemption 2 is getting a free Nintendo Switch upgrade on the 2nd of December. let's see. J Biggs gave you giving it a 9. Woo wee. Listen, Steve M, I agree, man. The Bears are going to get exposed soon. You know what? If like for instance, if the Lions was at full strength, but we're not. We're like we like injuries has been decimating us. It's like we was at full strength last night. Man, listen, we crushed the Eagles. I ain't gonna front. We crushed the Eagles. We had full strength. We went at full strength. So I will say this is the first season where it's any team's game and any team 1-7 can win it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's why, like, football is very interesting. So I'm still just not. I'm just not worried right now, though. I want you on that one, Steve, for real. J Big says if the can do a free upgrade for Red Dead, they need to do one for GTA Trilogy. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Free. I want a fresh right. I'm with you. I want a free upgrade. So December 2nd, man. I'm so glad that I bought this game. So I'll just be upgrading it. And I picked up, man, finally got me a 1 terabyte card for my Switch 2. Like, yes. I had to pull that trigger. I caught it on sale. Couldn't walk away from that one. I think I ended up paying like 179. It was a great deal. Nate the Hate reiterates Red Dead Redemption 2 Switch 2 port is still happening. Yeah, it is gonna happen next year. Absolutely. I expect this to be announced at the first Nintendo Direct they had. It's gonna be in that first one. K1 says, I hope a lot of games get boost. I wish Nintendo games that are out had boost, but they rolled them out slow. Yeah, you know what? I think at the end of the day, I don't think it was the best move for Nintendo to delay giving out those dev kits to some of these companies because I think eventually it's gonna ramp up, but you know what? Right now it's kind of sucky. I wonder, man, how well the system is gonna sell this holiday. That's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to those sales numbers. All right. So this says so yesterday Rockstar Game officially okay, I want to read all that. I want to read what Nate's had to say. It says now insider Nate Drake has doubled down on his claims that the Red Dead Redemption 2 port is coming, though he states he doesn't know exactly when it will be announced. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think we both agree. We all agree. I think the game is coming. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna look good. All right, I'm not gonna talk about this poster that they want to show, but the mere fact we have got a chance to talk about the Galaxy movie, um, it wasn't overly. I mean, it wasn't like oh my goodness, the trailer was like super good. It was okay. It was decent. Um, but I'm definitely gonna see it for sure. I'm probably gonna take my kids in my classroom to go see it. K1 says, I am excited for Metro Prime 4, Pokemon, and Hyrule Warriors didn't interest me, and Kirby isn't a game for me. Yeah, Metro Prime 4 is definitely a pickup. But man, I love Hyrule Warriors, man. I love the first one, at the Legend of Zelda one that was like on the maybe like the Switch or not. It was on the first Switch. It was on the first Switch. I mean, I love that game. So Age of Calamity was like, oh man, I liked it, but it was like let down. This how he played, but oh yeah, this one here I can't wait to dig into. Yeah, the Galaxy movie is gonna be good. I think the trailer did at I would like after watching the trailer I went like oh my god I gotta see this right now, but I was like oh okay, but I can't wait. I'm definitely going to take my kids in my classroom to go see it. Right now we are we are doing some fundraisers because I got some kids, man, who just can't afford to go on some field trips that I want to take them on. So I got to try my best to make it happen for them. So we are selling candles in my classroom now, and I think eventually we're gonna do some double good popcorn. Probably if not over Christmas break or even um, the first part of the year. But man, I got to get my kids to these field trips, man. One thing I've learned, man, about kids in my classroom is you got to expose them to certain things. If you don't expose them to certain things, man, they don't see a reason why you should change their behavior. So you got to show them something different. So I can't wait. Bazit, man, me too. I think this would really put Metroid Prime like really on the map if it has multiplayer. And I'm leaning towards it having multiplayer for this reason. Why haven't we heard anything else about Splatoon Raiders? I think you know what I just got this feeling that they're gonna drop this here on the 4th, and that bad boy gonna have multiplayer, and people are going to go bananas. Oh, I hope it has multiplayer. I think that it will be so dope. Let's see. J Big says, "Oh yeah, for Metro Prime 4, I hope something happens and Miles becomes Salmon's permanent AI partner moving forward." Captain C says, "Unless I hear critics praise, I might skip Mario Galaxy movie." Oh man, no, I can't do it. Captain C, this would be my question: did you enjoy the first one? That would be my question. Did you? If you enjoyed the first one, I think the second one definitely would. But if you thought the first one was okay, then then I can understand your sentiment. Jay Big says, I like the inclusion of Miles to Metro Prime 4, and I want more. You know what? I'm gonna be one of them guys that like I need to wait and see. I didn't want to watch. I don't want to watch nothing. I just want to kind of experience for myself and then take it from there. But I cannot wait, man. Cannot wait. There's a lot of stuff coming out, especially next year, man. From movies to games to it's so much coming next year, buddy. So much. All right, let's get off of this here. And where we at? I want to talk about quick stories real quick. This is Resident Evil Requiem for the Switch 2 won't use mouse control as too complicated. Yay. I'm not gonna dig into this story here, but the mere fact that they tried it, it was like, nah, this looks stupid. We'll pass. I'm all right with that. Ubisoft UK, people are playing fewer games and new releases are struggling. I just think it's this Ubisoft. The popular publisher and developer Ubisoft has published a damning report about the state of the video game industry. The company highlights consumer spending and playing habits changing with the advert of higher game prices, costlier development costs, video game streaming, free to play games, games as a service, and video game subscription services like Game Pass. And PlayStation Plus Extra, Ubisoft says because of these factors, people are playing fewer games than they had been and are playing them for longer, which is making AAA games space a volatile market. The traditional full game model of selling a single $50 or $60 game to a consumer as a one time purchase continues to become less ubiquitous. There's 10 at words tonight. With multiple game subscription services, long running games as a service titles, free to play games, and cloud streaming offers, all providing new and attractive ways for consumers to access gaming content. Consumers are playing fewer games, playing them for longer, and as a result, outside of few notable exceptions, many new games are struggling to stand out and achieve the sales they may once have had. Wish lists the market is more volatile and the potential for any specific title less predictable. As a result, it continues. That's this is a very good kind of like question, kind of statement that I know a lot of us kind of who stand off from the sideline can see because some games are not getting bought like because and not because they're not good because they're so much alike. I mean, I think this report has some merit, but I think it's like you're not looking at like the market is saturated with certain types of games. Like I don't too much care. I mean, listen, think about like free to play games. Like I'll play them for a little while, but then I don't feel like playing them no more. They just don't have that appeal. It's like what I just think about certain games that I play all the time, like or play a lot of, like Mario Kart or Smash Brothers. And I even look at games that I play on Steam. It's like what you play them for a little while, but it's so many games, and you can get games so many different places that to be loyal to this one game and really enjoy the full experience becomes harder because there's always something new pulling your attention. It's like almost like the new crack code game for games. So, and what? I don't know how accurate Ubisoft's report is because Ubisoft has an issue where what? They're not innovating. They say, let's see, Captain C said, I did initially, but it's just serviceable movie. Mario fans deserve better. When there's a K-pop Demon Hunters, come on. Okay, I get you. You trying to say they need to do more, but you know what, Nintendo, they had to play it safe. Their track record, saying with movies has not been really really good, and by playing it safe, it appealed to a broader audience. Now, if we want to talk about movies and cartoons, so for a hot second, have y'all heard about that Transformers GI Joe collaboration? That's an adult based. Oh, buddy, that means that's what I like, and I think that is going to be phenomenal. I'm all about that. Captain C says the Resident Evil movie next year will be directed by the guy who directed Weapons. This might be good. Yeah, especially what I'm saying, if they got a real good storyline to go with it. I just feel like Resident Evil shouldn't have a movie. It should have a series like The Last of Us. Jay Big says the Super Mario Brothers is up on my all-time list of movies. Just do what they did last time, and I'm sure Galaxy will be up there as well for me. Yeah, I mean, I can watch that Mario movie over and over again. I'm telling you another movie that kind of people slip on is that Transformers One. I think Transformers One was a good movie, especially the second half of it for sure. Um, so I mean, I'm looking forward to it for sure. Bazza says, I think console prices are a factor as well as hard for families to buy them. Yeah, you're right. Listen, I can't push that to the side to say that it's not. All right. So to me, even in the market game, certain games are still selling. You know what? You look at Mario Kart. At people still buying systems, even in this market. But it's hard to put your money on games that you got more to select. You got competition is real, and I don't think really in Ubisoft case they've really stepped up to the plate when it came down time to for competition. I think they played it safe too long. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Cool Breezy is taking it easy. Welcome, my brother. Hope all is well this evening. Let's see. Supersonic, Saved by Grace. He says, I'm hoping the next Zelda game is not limited to Switch 2. I think it's gonna be. It's no really reason to bring that game to Switch 1 because they gotta push more people to Switch 2, and they already said that like their concentration now is on full on Switch 2. So I don't think so. That next Zelda game would definitely be Switch 2. JB says with that Transformers / GI Joe movie, that is where they need to stop. I don't need it to be an adult. Uh, Make it fun and do what it made it hits in the 80s. I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I am a Gen 1 guy. Super, I can watch all the Gen 1 shows right now and wouldn't skip a beat. But this is definitely interesting to me for sure. I'm like, I want to see what direction they're gonna go, what kind of story. I just wanted to have a good story. Give me a good story. Transformers 1 was super good to me. I thought the story was good. I thought the characters were good. So we have to wait and see. Steve says, Sony copied Nintendo and made a cheap Japanese language only model, sold it at a loss just to try to get the market share back in Japan. Man, listen, they can hang that one up, buddy. I don't think they're gonna catch Nintendo, but unless they have some games, and I think that was a bad move to get out of Japan. They just needed to shift gears. They shouldn't have ran, but so be it. Steve said that they didn't really have much at the recent PlayStation presentation last week. Oh, I forgot about that. That's tell you, I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch it because you know I just felt like I'll get to it. I probably need to watch it. JB says I ultimately like the He-Man Netflix. Yes, the He-Man Netflix reboot, but I don't know what IMO is. I'll probably figure it out. They tried to go to adult and might feel kind of depressing at times. To me, it works best when they lighten things up and made it fun. Okay, I dig that. But you're right. The He-Man series on Netflix was super good. He-Man, Voltron, those shows were pretty good. Captain C says, I think the next tempo Zelda needs to go with a more realistic arc, like Tomb Raider or Horizon. You know what? I think even if they went back, I always bring this up to that tech demo of Ocarina of Time when they announced the Wii U. That tech demo of Zelda when he was fighting that really realistic spider, I thought was dope. And I don't know why they decided to go away from it. Maybe it might have been a little too scary, in my opinion. Oh, that's what it meant. Okay, gotcha. Appreciate you. I'm an old guy. um. So yeah, I think it might just benefit them to do that. I think they need to. Only thing about it is like going that direction. You kind of go away from Nintendo's kind of core principles. Nintendo has a core audience, and it ain't us. Their core audience are kids who are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's they group. You know what? If they go too realistic, them parents might not buy. So it's one of them things. Even though I would be all in for it. All right, let's see. We are currently at 25 on the wheel. Let's go ahead and jump to the next story. All right, Nintendo releases first official screenshots from Zelda movie. Let's see what they got to offer. All right. Hope Nintendo don't take me down. Nintendo has announced today on today's app that the Legend of Zelda movie is started filming in New Zealand and has shared their first official screenshots from the movie. I don't know. I don't know about this link guy. Well, I don't know. He kind of. I don't know. Maybe it's his hair. I don't know. What is he gonna say? We've never heard Link talk. What is he gonna say? But he got the eyes of a Link. I mean, I would say that. I don't know, but I don't know the hair, but the eyes look like Link. I could see that being a Link. So I don't know. This could be a winner. He said I shared those vids on Discord before. Yes, I don't know, man. What do you guys think? I mean, I think Zelda looks good. I just think Link. I don't know. He said, "Let the Link actor cook now." No pun intended. Ah. Yeah, I just you know what? I just hope the story is good. Yep. I hope they don't deviate too far from the canon story. So that could be interesting. All right. Shout out to Nintendo, man. They doing it big. All right. Red Dead Redemption 2 just defeated the best selling Mario Kart ever. Red Dead 2 Red Dead Redemption 2 is now the fourth best selling game of all time. What's number one? I hope they tell me what number one is. Red Dead Redemption 2 has now sold over 79 million units, pushing Mario Kart 8 into fifth place. I was hoping they tell me the other two. As long as you go with older teens, Link, you can go with you can't okay, you can go wrong with for me. I'm doing can't go wrong. Or Minecraft. Right. Can't do that Minecraft. Nope, can't do it. All right, let's see what else we looking at. Oh man, you know what? Listen, first of all, I would say this is a dope looking controller, but I'm not paying $100. I'm just sorry. I mean, don't get me wrong, and I like Resident Evil, but man, I don't even care what the controller looks like. I just want to be able to play it. It works. Um, it says Capcom has revealed a bunch of new information on Resident Evil Requiem ahead of the Switch 2 launch next year on February 17th, 27th, rather. Pre-orders are now live for Switch 2 eShop with a standard edition of $64.99, blah, 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 blah. Okay, they don't say nothing about this controller, though. But the controller is $99. I don't think they say anything about it in this particular article. I did I did pick up the generation pack. I just thought it was definitely worth it for 79. I mean, you get all this for $79. To get them three games for $79 was like, okay, this is a win. I mean, $89. $89, you get all three games on your Switch. You get, even though it's a key card, so what? I'm all right with that because I was gonna have to buy it anyway. I got me a terabyte for that reason. All right. All right, let's see. All right, I think that might. I'm gonna look at my other sites real quick just to kind of get a recap. I'm gonna get PlayStation real quick. Okay, I don't see nothing worth looking at there. Nope, I don't think nothing I'm really missing. All right, so Alan Wake 2 Deluxe is $20 off ahead of Black Friday. Okay, all right. So all I see is said more video game Black Friday deals. Borderlands 4, $48. All right, that might be something to consider because yeah, I'm definitely not paying full price on the Switch 2 by any stretch of imagination. Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Collection, $40. That's still not no good deal. The Plunky Squire Switch, $15. Okay. Nope. I got it on Steam. I don't need to buy it again. Tomb Raider remastered, $30. No, nope. I can wait because I know that thing is gonna. No, I'm waiting for the big. I need something. I haven't seen nothing yet. I was like, oh, I just gotta have. Let's see. Steve says I am skipping the Resident Evil controller too. I could get the Metroid amiibos for that price. Right. I did pick up one. I did pick up the Metroid amiibo with him on the bike. I just could not pass that one up. I was like, man, I gotta do it. I did pick that one up. All right, listen. I don't think nothing else is really worth talking about, and I think we can go ahead and transfer. What, 10:24? Was it 2 hours? We can go ahead and get into the wheels of steel. I just want to make sure I'm covering. What is this here? I don't know. Is this like a movie? All right, let's watch this. Let's see where my little iPad sounds at. All right, let's see what we got here. We'll go ahead and hit this play button.
When AI acceleration and human insights meet,
Okay. Man, I thought it was gonna be something good. I'm gonna cut this music down. Nah. I mean, it gives me some Resident Evil vibes, but see, once again, it's like, it's games like this that's unique, and and probably, you know what I'm saying, might be kind of good, but then you look at stuff like this and you're like, I don't know. What is that slop? Oh, there was something. It's something I saw on IGN, and like I'm done looking at it. Was not very impressed with what I saw. Said, what is that slop? All right, good people. Listen, man, that's enough, man. I tried to make sure I covered all the stories I can get to. But let's go ahead and get into the Wheels of Steel. We are 25 people strong, songs. All right, all right. I'm gonna get myself set up. All right, good people. You know, All right, there you go. So I don't know what happened, but all right, good people. Listen, let me go ahead and get it ready. You know how we do. If you hear the words of my boy Peter Griff, and then you are out of here. All right, good people. Listen, the first loser of the night, who will it be? We got 25 people. We soon will be on 24. Who will be out the door first? And it looked like the guy was hating on my Lions. Yeah, K1. You are out of here. And you get the
You lose.
Up out of here. K1 out here, ladies and gentlemen. As requested, what did the sheep say? What did the sheep say? Dub City. Dub City, ladies and gentlemen, out of here. Keep it moving and grooving. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, go up next to catch the flex. It will be CMG2. Almost geeky though.
You lose.
It's out of here. We're down to 22. Yes, geeky, it's will time. It is will time. And we're down to up next catch flex will be Phantom Katrina getting off the board. Please exit left. Phantom is out. Katrina's off the board. We keep it moving and grooving. We're down to 21. 21. Getting close. But it's going to be my girl, Geeky, up out of here. You are out of here. All right, if I win tonight, I give my winnings over to Supersonic Saved by Grace. We keep it moving and grooving. Who's up next to Castle Flex? It will be Tormentor.
You lose.
It's out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it moving and grooving. Down to 19. And we're going to give some love to Supersonic Save. Supersonic. Ooh, sorry. Sonic Knuckle Tails. All right, all right. Down to 18 people on the Wheels of Steel. Captain C. Sorry, guy. But you're out of here. All right, all right, all right. Who's up next to Catch the Flex? It will be Cool Breeze.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next will be our lucky winner of the night. You know how we do our special lucky winners that come through here. And ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, it is Jack Black. He is our special winner tonight. But we know how we do him.
Psych.
Better luck next time. Slug heads.
Jack Black is off the board today. We're down to 15 people. Dion Freeman and them Broncos.
You lose.
Is out of here. Keep it rolling. And from down to 14 people. Yeah, that was close. All right, all right, all right. Gaming Dad is out of here.
Very good.
Got them.
Very good. You know something?
No soup for me.
Come back.
1 year.
Next.
All right, we're down to 13 people left on the Wheels of Steel. 13 people. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, getting kind of close, getting close. Geeky, golly, you went back to back. And she's out of here. All right. We're down to 12. He said the wheel is rigged. But CMG, he don't have that to say. Because he's out of here. All right. What we do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Uh-oh. Getting close. My guy from New York, J Biggs. He's out of here. All right, we're down to 10 for the win. Who's up next to catch all the flex? It will be my brother, Josh Plum. The Irish fan is out of here.
You lose.
All right. Ouch. Ooh, hit my elbow. We're down to 9, but man, she fine. Ooh, getting kind of close, Geeky. But Quay 311 from Las Vegas is out of here. He said, of course. All right. Jay Biggs said that was close, but he finally got his L. All right, we down to 8 in the place to be. Let's see how we do, who we do it for. And Tariq 100 is out of here. Down to 7, the number of completion. Who goes out on number 7? And that is going to be my big homie, Steve M.
You lose.
Yeah, that was kind of close, Geek. All right, we're down to 6 in the mix. Geeky, he spoke too soon.
You are out of here.
All right, we're down to 5. And just when I'm about to say, man, Bassett on here twice. There you go.
You are out of here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, down to our final 4. Last week's winner is Moet. He can't win this week, so it's only down to the final 3. Supersonic Saved by Grace, Ricardo, and Bassett. 24/7 TV. I put YT. I don't know why I did that. Probably YouTube TV. Yeah, YT. Geeky says, I'm out of here. It says, and the wheel claims another Geeky. All right, let's see. Let's go down from 4 to 3. Who will it be? We just know it's not me. Supersonic Saved by Grace. Got the almighty, man. Listen, you have 4 tries. And you're out of here. I tried, my brother. I tried. All right, who's going to be, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Oh, good. It's going to be a new winner because last week's winner is out of here. Moet is out of here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We got a real legit battle for the next spot. My brother, Bassett, 24/7. YT. And Ricardo, who will it be? Where's Nick at? He been on vacation for a little while. Don't know what Nick is. We might have to roll out some drums tonight. Hold on, I gotta find my little drum. There it is, my drums. Nick, hit him one time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight winner will be. Oh, that's getting close. It's getting close. Oh, by the hero and Chinny Chin Chin. Ricardo, man, you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, giving up from over in the UK, my brother from another mother, Bassett, 24/7. YT is the winner tonight, y'all. Y'all show him some love in the chicken chat. Christmas stream. What's the date? Plan? Pink controller? What? I have no idea, my brother. I know they will be before Christmas for sure. I just got to make sure that I'm even in town to do it. So we do plan to go out of town, then I'm probably gonna do the Christmas stream a whole lot earlier than I typically do it. Um, I just don't know. He said, "Yeah, man, that was close. That came out to your hair through your chinny chin chin." Very close. He said they need to do a Splatoon PV like man that would be ugly. That'd be so fun. I think that would be so dope if they did that. Captain C. All right, good people. Listen, you know how I do, man. Before I get off the show, man, I just want to get my prayer on for you guys, and just pray that you have a good week, man. The enemy, man, is out there. He like a roaring lion, man, is trying to devour you, man. Just pray that you are blessed. And so, bow your heads and join with me, dear Heavenly Father. We praise your holy name this wonderful evening. Don't know what we would do without you, Lord, but I'm so glad that you are in our lives, Lord. I pray, Lord, that you touch those who came out to the stream tonight, Lord. I pray that you bless them, Lord, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. I pray, Lord, you bless their relationship, Lord, with their children and with their loved ones, and that you bless them with love during this holiday season. I pray, Lord, for those who couldn't be here tonight, Lord. I pray for those who wanted to be here tonight, but for some reason or another could not make it. We just want to say thank you, Lord, and praise your holy name, for you are our God, and we worship you. Lord, please go before us, Lord, make our path straight, Lord. Protect us, Lord, on the highways and byways, Lord, and let us come back safely home from wherever we may be right now, Lord. Bless and touch us as we praise your holy name. In Jesus' name we pray. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen. Good people, this is your boy, Gaming Dad. Another one in the books, man. So sorry that I missed one. This is episode 262. I will fix that as soon as this bad boy is over. And Basil, holler at your boy, and I'll get them winners to you. So this is your boy, Gaming Dad. You have yourself a wonderful night. And in the immortal words of Don Cornelius, peace, love, and so good people. This is your boy, Gaming Dad, and I am Audi 5000G. Peace.